Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Builder's Diaries, where I build a business and a body at the same time. Today, we're just going to be talking about the business, and I'm going to be going over the digital tool stack that I use to grow my business. I've used this digital tool stack. It's grown a little bit over the years, but it's perfect for anyone that's doing online content creation. If you have a small business, it's not very much money. I don't know exactly how much money it is because I do annual and I do monthly on some of the stuff. So I'll go over that as well, but it's definitely more than $100 a month. It's not that much. It's very minimal. I'm going to go over everything I do and hopefully help you guys if you're looking to see what do you need to buy, what do you not need to buy for your online business. Let's get into it. Number one, my number one digital tool that I use, and I actually pay for this digital tool, is Google Drive. So I pay for this. I don't know how much I pay for it because I pay every month and it's very minimal. I think it's $5 or something. And I do have an email through them as well. So I think that's more. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly I pay. But it's very minimal. I think it's under $10 for everything I'm doing. But yeah, so I use Google Drive. And what's really interesting is it's so basic to say Google Drive to people, but I never even knew what Google Drive was. Back about 3 years ago, I had no idea what Google Drive was. And so I work in an office and I was at home. And so I had to have my phone. And so I would have notes on my phone and I just didn't really have a really good way to organize what I was doing. And Google Drive was just a lifesaver, you guys. And it's amazing. It's almost like a cloud-based service. If you use it, it saves so much. I can be on my phone and I can do a document and I can go on my computer and the document's right there. And so it's so easy for me. So I use the Google Drive. I use documents in there. I use Google Sheets. So it's like an Excel. I do budgeting in there. I do all my budgets. I've used that for a very long time. I also use Gmail because I do pay for an email with my domain at the end of it. So it's not just gmail.com. It's Kelly at iongrowthhub.com or Kelly at fitrawlife.com or Kelly at painfreeliving.com. I think I pay for 3 domains still, but you only really need to pay for 1 domain. And that's not part of our digital tool stack because it's not really a digital tool. So never mind. But yeah, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Gmail. I use Google Meet as well. I got rid of my Zoom because I paid for Google. And so I was like, I might as well just use Google Meet for my meetings instead of Zoom. I no longer pay for Zoom. I just use the free one. And I am using Google Meet for my meetings because you can do that there. That saved my time there. I paid for all that. I was like, I might as well just get the benefit of this if I'm paying for it. And then a new thing that Google Drive actually just released is Google Vids. They just released this recently within the last month, and it's really cool because it creates animated slideshow videos for you. If you have like a presentation, you want it to look really nice, you just type in, hey, I have a presentation about cat health or something, and it'll create this entire presentation that's like the script, and it's amazing. You can do a voiceover, you can add your own videos. It's so cool. Google Drive is just amazing. It's coming out with more things. I think they're bringing in a lot more AI technology, and Google is just definitely something that you should have in your tool stack. And it's worth the extra couple dollars that you pay every single month for all of this. It's amazing. The next one I use is System.io. So System.io is my system that I use for my email marketing. I use it for all of my funnels. I use it for my blog pages, basically any website that I'm building it in System.io. It's very minimal for businesses when you just start. If you're just starting and you don't have a course, you don't have any of that, you just want very basic, like I want to just get into email marketing, it's $27 a month. So it's so affordable because most email marketing systems like Go High Level or ClickFunnels are going to be $100. So when you're just starting out and you don't really have a lot of money, System.io is amazing and it's so user friendly. I'm actually a certified funnel builder. I never even thought that was possible for me because I was so tech challenged for so long, but it makes it so easy that anybody can use it, which is amazing. I'm going to probably link System.io down below because I am an affiliate for them. So if you click on my link, you help me out, which would be awesome. And yeah, System.io, they have a lot of things. They actually have a CRM in there as well. Right now, I pay a little bit more. I pay $50 a month for System.io because I have a course, because I wanted more funnels, because I wanted more automation. So I think the more things that you do, the more you have to buy it. I think when I do get to that level of, okay, I need to upgrade and I need to pay $100 a month, I'm going to have a serious question of, do I want to stay with System.io or do I want to go to either Go High Level or ClickFunnels? I don't know. But right now, I'm very happy with System.io and I highly recommend it for anybody that's a beginner because it's great for email marketing, sales funnels, all of that. It's amazing. It does all of this stuff for you. You don't even have to have a whole other email system. You don't have to use Aweber. You don't have to use anything else. You can just use System.io, which is and connect it to your domain that you got in Google Drive, and it's perfect, cheap. Next one is how do you take your payments, you guys? I don't actually pay for this one technically, but technically I do pay for it every time I get paid because they take a percentage. So I use Stripe and PayPal in my business, and I highly recommend. I don't highly recommend either, though. I would love to find a solution that's not those, but right now that's what's working for me. You do have to be careful. I know I've learned a lot of lessons from my mentors, especially Russell Brunson. You don't want to just use one payment gateway or just one bank. You want to diversify. Right now, I do have just one bank. I do probably need to diversify a little bit, but make sure you're diversifying. So I take payments, Stripe, PayPal, not really so much Venmo. Venmo's more personal, and then cash. I've done cash actually in person because I do in person stuff, but Stripe, PayPal, they do take a percentage when you do it. So it's like you're paying for it, but you're not paying a monthly fee for that at all. The next thing I use is for graphic design to make things really pretty for content creation, and it's Canva. I highly recommend Canva. I've been paying for Canva for probably 3 years now. I pay the annual. I think it's like 150, maybe more now. I'm not sure what it is, but it's well worth it. I don't even care what it is because I'll pay it, and it's so good. It's almost like Adobe Photoshop, but for beginners, and anybody can use it. So if you don't use Canva, it's amazing. If you pay for it, you can also use their scheduler for your social media. If you're doing a lot of Instagram or Facebook posts, you can actually use their scheduler and schedule in with Canva, which is amazing. If you're already paying for it, you might as well use that. And you don't have to pay for another schedule app, which is cool. Canva for graphic design, Canva for scheduling your social media. Perfect. The next one I pay for is Chat GPT. And I just pay $20 a month for Chat GPT. I probably will continue to pay more when they increase the price because we all know that's coming. I have read that they do want to continue to increase the price a little bit over the next few years and get it eventually higher. They did release their pro plan, which is $200 a month. I don't quite need that yet because I do have another digital tool, AI tool that I'm using in my software system. But yeah, ChatGPT, I use that to create custom GPTs. I haven't been able to get rid of it because I create custom GPTs for my clients so that they can create social media in their voice. And basically they just type in, hey, I want an Instagram post today. And it knows exactly who their audience is and everything, and it'll spit out exactly what they want. You can train it to talk in your voice so it doesn't sound so robotic. So your blog posts, everything. And I use it all the time. You guys, like, all the time. They just keep releasing new things. I'm like, I can't get rid of ChatGPT. It's one of those. I keep it. So it's $20 a month, worth it. Highly recommend it, especially for a content creator. You can use it as a business coach. You guys, I've literally replaced business coaches and just been like, hey, what do I need to do today? And tell it everything. And it is amazing. The next thing I pay for is a double thing. It's school, SKOOL.com, school.com. I pay for different memberships on school.com. I just got into this one membership, and it's $1,000 a month that I got into it. And I'm actually going to get 50% off and pay for the entire year. So I'm going to be paying $4,000 for the entire year to stay in. So it's about $415 a month. That works out to that. But I get business coaching, I get one-on-one mentorship, I get this group of community of people that are doing the same thing as me on the same path. That's what I want. It's people that are starting agencies, people that have built agencies that are really successful. So for me, I pay for school for it's very high worth it to have business coaching there. I'm in another group, which is $40 a month, which I got in like grandfathered. And it's hard for me to cancel it because right now I think he charges $200 a month for anybody new. And so I'm like, I don't want to cancel it because it's $40. And it's easy for me to go in there and if I have any questions about, oh my gosh, what's the best tool to use for this? Or why isn't this working? Or how should I say this? Or what would you do with this? Or really any question, this is the place I'm going. I'm not going to Facebook. I'm not going to Instagram because my friends don't know. I want to go to people that are actually doing this and have success in this. And that's on school.com. So I pay for school, which is mentorship. And I highly recommend getting on there because you can find mentorship for cheap. You can find groups for free. But if you want to take it to that next level, if you want to have access to these mentors, you want to be able to actually work with them one-on-one, have coaching calls with them one-on-one, which is hands down so valuable, you guys, to have coaching calls. It's so valuable to get advice from people who have done what you want because they can just take that learning curve and just chop in. I waited about a year and a half before I hired my first business coach, and I spent $5,000 when I hired my first business coach. So it wasn't an easy thing. It wasn't a cheap thing. I was not making $5,000. I never made the money back right away. It wasn't one of those things, but I was valuable skills. It took my learning curve and just chopped it in half. I was able to go ahead a lot faster. So I highly recommend coaching in any aspect too. I've even thought, I'm like, should I get relationship coaching? Because I would like to be in a relationship with a man one day. Maybe I'll find a coach that can help me get there. But right now I'm very focused on my business. And I think I'm focused on my business, and that will come in my path as I'm focused on my business because I'd like them to be aligned with what I'm doing and my message and my work. I feel like that's going to happen. But we don't need to talk about Kelly's single life on my digital tool stack YouTube. So let's get back to what we're talking about. The last tool that I want to go over that I pay for, and then I'll go over some bonus that I don't pay for. The last one I pay for is Descript, and I use it on this. You're going to see a little choppier because Descript is a video editor. It's a text-based video editor. So basically it's like you're editing a Word document. If you take out a word, it deletes it from the video. So you don't have to go in and do video editing. It's so easy. And you can click a button, it takes out all your ums and ahs and all the filler words that you don't really need. I really like it. It doesn't take out my so's. I've noticed that. I say the word so a lot, so I'm sorry. I'm going to say it on here. Very sorry if you hear that word a lot. I try to take it out as much as I can, but it's a filler word and I'm very much aware of it. So I do need to be careful of saying it. It's weird. It's a stop word that I'm noticing. I'm aware of it. Anyways, the last bonus ones for you guys, I want to give you some bonus ones that I use. They're free. Highly recommend them, but I use CapCut. I actually just started using CapCut on my phone, and it is to edit any reels, any videos. I do quick YouTube shorts. It's amazing. I really like doing it in there. You can get the captions. It's great. It's so much easier to do it in there as opposed to Instagram. And that's where I used to do my stuff, and my stuff was never that good. Now I'm doing it in there. My shorts on YouTube are actually getting a lot more views because I'm using really cool captions and really cool graphics, and it's just so much better. I highly recommend checking out CapCut. You can pay for it. I've thought about it, but I'm not really so much a content creator right now. So I don't know if that's really what I want to pay for. I think I'd rather pay for an AI tool that's going to streamline my business. Another one I don't pay for is Lightroom. Lightroom is a photo editor. Lightroom is like Adobe. I think it is Adobe product, and I have it on my phone. If I take a picture and I want to edit the picture, lighten it up, smooth out my skin, make it look better, put some makeup on. Actually, I don't think it puts makeup on you, but yeah, Lightroom is amazing. It makes your pictures look better. You can edit your pictures really quickly. It's free. I love Lightroom. You can do it on a computer, which has a lot more options if you do it on a computer as opposed to your phone, obviously. And the last final one I use that I wanted to share because it's free, and I know a lot of people pay for this, and I don't pay for this anymore. I don't do a lot of calls, so this is why, but if you did more calls, you might need to look at something different, is cal.com. They used to pay for calendar review. I had to pay like $12 a month. I don't do calls anymore, so I wanted just something free, easy that people can book calls. I'm using cal.com. It's free, it's easy. I can schedule more than just one meeting in there because I think Calendar will give you one for free, but this one is way better, way better. But then I also learned, I also just saw recently, which I haven't played with it and I need to actually watch a video on it, but System.io just integrated a calendar in there. So you can have a phone call or you can have, I think it's a link. So I don't really know how it all works. I don't think that it's actually a calendar service, but you could just put your link of your phone number in there if you really didn't want to pay for anything, and you can use System.io. So there are options to do all of these things. It's not that expensive to have a very easy, simple digital tool stack to get going and making money online. The very basics, obviously, Google Drive, have an email system, so System.io, and take payments, Stripe. You got a business right there. You got to create a product, you got to create an offer, you got to do all that. There's a little bit more behind having a business, but your digital tool stack is covered. You guys, it can be that simple. You don't have to buy all of this stuff. I think with AI right now, I even fall victim to it too. And I'm like, oh, do I need that? Do I need this? I need this. I'm like, no, Kelly, like what you have works really well. And yes, I'm very open to looking at things and seeing, hey, could that make it easier? But I'm not going to change everything. I got to stick to what's working and get really good with what's working, because that's the key, you guys. Pick a tool and get really good at that tool. I don't want to go to Descript one time and then go to InVideo one time and then go over here to another video app. I want to just get really, really good at one and just be able to use that one really well. That's my take on it. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm available. Yeah. Have a great day, guys. Take care.